tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's going to be a pair of wide receivers looking to make big plays on the field. It's Green's Bengals going up against Browns Steelers. And with that, we'll send you up to the North Shore of Pittsburgh at Heinz Field by the Three Rivers as we head it over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They send Green to the left on his own.
Blue 10.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. And here are the starters. Charles, what are your thoughts on Jeremy Hill?
He provides a thump in this offense. A great runner who goes inside and establishes a tone for his team.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first carry now. This is Hill. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
2nd down. Dalton. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Green's got it over the middle. Sure hasn't been a bad 4-week stretch to start the season for Green. 32 catches, 468 yards.
And I think a lot of people are wondering how he would handle things because Tyler Eifert's been out. Right? Mohamed Sanu and Marvin Jones are no longer there. All the pressure was coming back to A.J. Green, and they were wondering who would replace the other guys. I think he found the replacement. It's him.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Their dangerous wide receiver from 8 yards out. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is right through. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, second down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this one complete to Marcus Wheaton. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Go, side, like 80.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Week 4, Bell returned from the injury and the suspension, and he came back in a big way, Charles.
Showed a lot of patience, and that's interesting, isn't it? Because you know he was ready to explode because he couldn't play in the early part of the NFL season. But following his blockers, letting things develop, and then taking off through the hole. He let Marquise Pouncey get out in front, David DeCastro, and then he just went through there like a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, finished 18 carries, 144 yards. On second down, Roethlisberger. And it's complete to Ladarius Green. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide.
And caught in zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ladarius Green from 13 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Hill. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That, quite simply, is Jeremy Hill. A very powerful, compact back.
He's always been that. Even back at LSU, that's where he honed that skill, right?
Love to run between the tackles and take the contact as well as dish it out.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
On second down, Hill. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Third down now following the run. They look to throw on third with Dalton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. And now on fourth down, Dalton will give way to his field goal team and Mike Nugent. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
50.
On second down, it's Bell. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for the offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Okay, in your fantasy league, did Antonio Brown go first?
In both of my leagues, he went first, yes.
And rightly so. We saw what he did against Kansas City. He got Pittsburgh off to a roaring start. 2 touchdowns early, and then that allowed them to coast the rest of the way.
He may only be 5'10", but he is a load to handle out wide. Wheaton's got it. A good pick up there of 20 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Hill, the lone setback. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Flush to his right. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room.
This is caught inside the 15. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
380.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's got time. He's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
I'm doing
it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Green with a catch left side. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Now Ben on third and long. He's got his man on the crossing route. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Bell. They find some open field here. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 40 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Extra point now by Boswell. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This is Hill. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They go play action here on 1st down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see a base 3-4 team that attacks and moves similar to what we just saw in that play and spills running plays, I often think back to the Giants, the New York Giants of the early 90s. That was one of the...
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude it? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds Hayward Bay. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Bell. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Second down following the run. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ladarius Green, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. Roethlisberger looking to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Maualuga. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And Dalton hands to Hill. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. So now Dalton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation.
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. Finding time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, and those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground and he usually goes up and gets it.
Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and fourth down coming up.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they've kind of got a situation here. Still 3 timeouts defensively, so maybe you try to run a play.
And if you do it as safe as possible. And I think maybe...
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll go again with Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. Here's Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. And a gain there of 11 yards. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
They'll run it with Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers are winners as we...
The light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air.